Welcome again to another episode of Safari Mania podcast. In this podcast, we talk about tourism stories and those who make the stories happen. Now, in this episode, I'm talking to women who venture into male-dominated fields and also are doing a very labor-intensive job, which is tour guiding and also driving tourists around Tanzania. So with me, all the way from Tanzania, is Agatha the Lioness. So welcome to the program.
Thank you so very much.
Okay, first of all, tell me, how did you get the name the Lioness?
So the name Lioness came after I was on safari one day. So we were a convoy of 5 vehicles.
Yes.
It was during the rainy season, and we were going to Lake Natron. So I was the second.
From where?
From Arusha.
Wow.
To Lake Natron.
That's really far away.
Yeah, I was the second vehicle, and the first vehicle actually, when they were trying to cross the bridge, something terrible happened.
Yeah.
And as I was the second car, I had to take in charge of like trying to rescue. And by the way, the rest of the group tried to help, but then I was there first and I tried everything I could.
Yes.
And good luckily the guests were all safe. And at my car we were just like 3 of us.
Yeah.
So I took the rest of the guests whereby the guy had them into my vehicle, and the guests were really happy with what I did. So they were like, you know what?
Yeah.
You were Lioness. Do you know that?
So that is how the name came about.
Yeah. And so since then they started calling me Lioness instead of Agatha, and that's where the name Lioness started.
But indeed, the name fits you very well, Agatha the Lioness.
Thank you.
So now I know where the name comes from, or where the name came from, actually.
Yeah.
So Agatha, how many years have you been a tour guide?
So right now I am 9 years and
9 years.
3 months. Yeah.
And when you're doing tour guiding, do you also drive
I do.
those big Land Cruisers?
Yes, I do.
I can imagine driving from Arusha to Serengeti is almost 350 kilometers.
Yes, it is.
And it's very tiring.
At first it was, but right now really it doesn't tire that much.
You are used to it.
I'm used to it, but sometimes the road is tough, so I could say sometimes it's tiresome.
So you can do like 6-day safari or 10-day safari comfortably?
Even 30 days safari.
Wow. Driving around?
Yes.
Without having issues like, you feel tired, you don't want to continue?
Not at all.
No?
Not at all, because it's something that I really love and I enjoy doing it, so
Wow.
it's really not that tough.
Okay, Agatha, as a lady tour guide, I'm also a tour guide, and I know sometimes, on the job, there are lots of challenges, especially being a driver guide and also more so a lady driver guide. So I want to ask you about some of the challenges that you face, first of all, as a lady, being in the male-dominated world.
Yeah.
And some other challenges that you face during in the line of duty, that is.
Okay, so the biggest challenge that I've always been going through, I think, is the accommodation part.
Yeah.
Whereby so many hotels and lodges or campsites, rooms are to be shared, bathrooms are to be shared, whereby sometimes sharing rooms is okay, because some men are respectful, but there's just a time of a month whereby a lady needs some privacy.
You mean sometimes you share rooms with male colleagues?
Yes. Most of the rooms, most of the rooms are having like 2 to 3 beds.
Yes, even if they have 2 to 3 beds, but I didn't even imagine that you could share.
Yeah, we do share,
with
especially
male colleagues.
Yeah, especially during the high season, we do share. Like I've done that 85%
of the times.
Of the times.
So does it mean that most of the lodges were not configured to have lady guides accommodation?
I think yes.
Because even here in Kenya, some of the lodges, because let's say 6 or 7 years ago, we never had many lady driver guides.
Yeah.
So most of the lodges were just designed to have accommodations, yes, but they didn't specify in terms of gender that ladies will be staying here and then gents will be staying here.
Yeah.
So the same case applies to Tanzania as well?
We have that case so much. And like the environment are just not conducive for female guides. I mean, all guides deserve to sleep in a better place. It doesn't matter if it's a female or a male guide, but then the environment is just not supportive at all. And as we know, if our guide sleeps in a bad place, even the energy itself of working the next morning becomes like really terrible. So sometimes a guide will have complaints of how he works, but it's not about him personally, but it's about, you know, the place he stays and what he eats. So that matters a lot.
Now, do you think there is any sort of improvement being done by the lodges or camps, or is there some progress being seen to be happening, or there is nothing at all?
Some lodges.
Are you on your own on that, or?
We are a lot. And the thing about us is a lot of people are scared of saying it out. Because the moment you say it out, there's a lot of ambush. You know, I've tried doing that so much. I've tried going to the managements and telling them about it. Sometimes I was even willing to pay for a guest's room for me to sleep over, but sometimes you get denied. But then you go to the management and they don't consider it at all. So it came to a point whereby now I had posting it on social media and they started attacking me. Like, we give you 24 hours to delete it or something is going to happen to you. But then I'm just glad that I'm that one person who's never scared of anything. So as long as it's something real that I'm trying to show and we've tried saying about it and there's no improvement, because at the end of the day, it's not about them. They sleep in better places, but why would we like allow ourselves to sleep in an environment whereby we can't even stand it? Sometimes the washrooms, the bathrooms are really dirty, whereby as a woman, I used to go to like safari, and every time I come out of safari, I get either UTI or whatever. So I'm like, why would I have to tolerate something like this? So it's still a big problem, and it's one of the challenges that we go through as guides, not only female guides, but as guides.
Actually, I agree with you, because I reckon that tour guides, you know, first of all, they form the majority of the workforce in the tourism industry, and also they are typically the ambassadors of a nation, because tourists spend almost 95% of their time with the tour guide. So if a tour guide is happy, the guest is going to be happy, and then you're going to have repeat clients, and then the cycle of tourism will grow. So on that, I agree with you. So you're saying that there is no effort to try to construct female guides accommodation, or are they doing something?
Some lodges are considering.
Just considering, but not actually doing something.
Some of them did it. There are a few lodges that I know, they actually provide the best accommodations for guides, but not, and they're not even 5 stars or 4 stars. They're just somewhere around there.
Mid-range accommodation.
But most of them, the owners have been guides before, so they do have experience of that. So they're doing one of the best projects of making sure that the guides are having the better places. But when we speak about the 5-star hotels, oh my God,
they don't care much.
No, they don't. And no matter what we did, even by posting, no improvement.
Okay, so I hope by speaking out, the authorities or the relevant authorities will hear this, and then they are going to act on it. Please take care of your tour guides. Tour guides are the true image. They are going to be representing the true image of the nation, and they will be telling the story of your country, and they'll be bringing in more guests based on your stories. When I'm talking to tour guides, I like to hear their experiences. So I'm going to ask you one of your worst days at work. You know, incidents, something happened to you, or during your in the line of your job?
Okay. So one day I dropped off my guest at Lobo Airstrip. It's in Serengeti. And when I was going back to the camp, I had a flat tire.
And you were alone?
I was alone, because I was just from dropping off. When I was going back to the camp, I had a flat tire and I had to fix it.
By yourself?
By myself. So I spent like 2 minutes looking around. There are actually so many bushes. But then I took a quick check and there was nothing around to be seen. So I started checking the tires and changing. So the moment I was almost done, I wanted to return the spare tire. I just realized there was something moving from the bush. And then now I had to stand and take a closer look. And there was a lion coming over. So at first I was shocked. I think my body stopped everything. I wasn't communicating to my brain and everything.
Yeah.
I was stuck for a moment,
adrenaline rush.
not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
So for a few seconds when I realized my door was open, I don't even know how I got to that door, and I was inside the vehicle, and I stayed there like for 2 hours waiting for that lion to leave for me to go do what I had to do.
And nobody was coming around? Nobody was coming?
Nobody came around. So that area, like, not so many people go over.
Okay. Yeah, Lobo is like to the north of...
Yeah, so I was...
north, eh?
Yeah, so I was actually working at a camp as a package guide.
Okay.
And that was actually my first week working at that camp, so...
So that was a welcome initiation for you.
Yeah.
I can imagine what happened. What can happen if the lion came into the vehicle?
I thought so.
So what happened next? Did the lion go away? Or?
Yeah, after almost 2 hours, the lion left, and I finished what I had to do and drove back to the camp. But I just needed like a week to refresh and restart whatever was going on in my mind.
And then what happened again? Another incident do you have?
Yeah, so it was raining one day, and I got stuck in mud.
Yeah. With guests or by yourself?
With guests.
Yeah.
And I tried everything I could, like for 20 minutes, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna make it out of here.
Yeah, you're stuck.
So
and stuck,
yeah,
and that's it.
I tried calling for help on the radio.
Yes.
And one guy just said, mwacheni akwame, au dada siku hizo wanajisikia sana. So alisema wanaweza. That
yeah. And then you actually heard it.
Oh God.
You heard it on the radio?
Yes.
Clearly.
I wanted to cry. For the first time I felt so weak, and I was like, why all this hatred?
Is it hatred or just
That's
jealousy?
hatred. That's hatred. How could you say like wadada wanajisikia sana siku hizi? We're just trying to do our part. We are also trying to survive and do what we love.
Probably he was just jealous that you're going to take his job or something.
Why would I take his job? I'm not using his car. I'm not like with him in the same company.
Okay, what happened next?
So after some time, there were like 10 people coming over from different direction, and they were like, so many vehicles came to help, and that made me feel so much love.
So that actually in the end made you realize that
they are still good people.
Some male colleagues actually don't like the fact that the females are joining the industry.
Yeah.
And some males actually appreciate that females are joining.
Well, that's the reality actually. Not every person loves what we really do, but I would say 90% of male out there are so supportive. Male are supporting us way more than female support us.
Now that brings me to another question. Do you think that the entry of female tour guides into the industry, are female tour guides more disciplined than males? Are they better?
We're all better, not just female guides. Male guides and female guides are all better, but there's just a part about female guides when it comes to nurturing. You know, a father can be a father, but a mother can be a mother and a father.
Really? I don't
so
know.
that tells it all.
Subject to debate. Actually, I have no comment on that.
Trust me, a father can be a father.
Yes.
When it comes to fathers who can be mothers, I can give it 2% in the whole world.
So female guides are more disciplined than you think?
We are more disciplined, I would say. Disciplined, yes, we are more disciplined.
So when I come to Serengeti, I will not be hearing female guides yapping on the radio full time?
No, not at all.
For lack of content or just for, for being mischievous?
Not at all.
Okay.
Unless otherwise you really have to hear what's going on, or a person asks you. For example, if I go to Serengeti and a person hears my voice, they'll all start like calling and whatever. Or you say about something that you've seen and everybody will start asking about it, but that doesn't mean you're going to be on the radio like full time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you see the trend, like are there many female tour guides joining the industry or not so many?
Right now they are.
They are?
But
do you think you're an influence to some of them?
Oh, I am.
You are?
I'm so proud that I am.
You're like a celebrity in Tanzania, yeah?
I am so proud that I am. When I go to my inbox and comment sections and I find people, not only that, like people coming into my inbox and saying they went to tourism because of me and all that, I feel blessed by that. So honestly, I do.
You have actually inspired a lot of female tourists to join the industry.
Yes, and I'm so happy. I wish I had a very big company that I could employ all the female guys. I really wish I would.
Really?
Yes, I wish I would.
And then if you do that, then the mayors are going to say you are being, you know, chauvinist. You only like to
The thing is, no matter what they say, it won't distract me. As long as... One of the things that I've always wished in my entire life is honestly supporting every female guide out there, because I know how hard it is to be supported. Even until right now, it is really hard. We don't have a supportive system when it comes to female guides, so I do understand exactly what they're going through.
Okay, now, all right, so I'm going to ask you about some of your best moments on the job in all these 9 years of experience, and then the moment that you say, that is the moment that the Eureka moment.
The best moment that I went through is the first day I was driving a Land Cruiser. It's a feeling that I can never explain. It's unexplainable. But the feeling...
Where was this?
So the first trip was from Arusha to Serengeti. I was all alone, so that gave me time to experience more of the road and my driving skills. I was going to pick up from Seronera. So that gave me enough time in the 300 plus kilometers. That gave me like so much time to master my skills, especially on the Serengeti road. And when I got there, everybody was staring at me. And I was a baby. I was tiny.
How did this
I was tiny. So, oh my God, that was the best moment. Yeah.
Wow. Now, tell me, I'm going to ask you sort of a general question.
Yeah.
Do you think tourism is going to improve in the East African markets in the coming future, or is it going to be static, or is it going to be going down?
Personally, I think it's gonna grow.
It's going to grow?
Yeah. With us, I think it's gonna grow, because we are having so much improvements going on, especially from the roads and everything. But our marketing team from Tanzania Tourism Board, those people are doing an amazing job. So with us, I am sure it's gonna grow so much.
Now, what do you think between the chicken and the egg? Which one came first? And why?
I want to say the egg, but I want to say the chicken, because without the chicken, it wouldn't be an egg.
Without the egg,
egg, wouldn't be a chicken.
So, which one do you think came first?
Both.
No, they cannot both come first.
How about we go for an egg?
An egg? Who brought the egg?
Maybe it was implanted.
By who?
Oh, Jesus. Then we go for chicken?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I'm going to go for chicken. It was created by God. That's a kipindi ya Safina. Ya Nuhu walikuja.
Oh, I can go for that. Felix. Sema. On YouTube? On Safari with Felix kwa YouTube.
On YouTube?
On Safari with Felix. That's my account on YouTube.
Una record? On YouTube, on Safari with Felix.
Follow, like and subscribe.